What's up, YouTube? What's up, Instagram? What's up, Alberta world of beer consumers and whatnot? My name is Andrew. I'm one of the people behind the Beer Guide, and I'm doing beer news every Thursday live at 4 o'clock. We drink a beer. We talk about what is happening coming up, events, new beers just released, a little bit of industry stuff. I'm excited to have, I think this is I must have had a can before. Evil Corporation doesn't get their beers up in Edmonton too often. So when I found the lime gose, I said, thumbs up, sirs. I wish it were a little warmer out to drink this. It's chilly outside, but I'll just manifest some hotness coming by way of this beer. So shout out Evil Corp. Doing your thing. Cheers, everyone. Shoo! That's good. I mean it. I usually don't drink lime goses. So the first hit is like, ooh, tart and puckery. Toe the line. Toe the line. Pardon me. Where are my manners? It's the whole bit. Anyway, let's get into beer news. Got some exciting things going on. We're going to cover Edmonton news and Calgary. And we'll go from there. So first up, Alley Cat. This is a big deal. They're turning 29. They're one of the oldest breweries in the province. See, Don needs a beers here. Not quite as old as Brewsters. What up, what up, what up? Alley Cat is turning 29 this Saturday, the April 20th, 420, for all those who like to enjoy slurping on straws and other things. They're doing $5 pints all day, which is ridiculous. They brought back Full Moon, which is one of their original recipes of pale ale. I'm stoked to have that. In fact, I need to make a post. I've got some vintage Full Moon pale ale labels I'd love to share with y'all. And they'll have Dawg Gone. It's kind of funny, Alley Cat, Dawg Gone. Anyway, Burgs and Dogs on deck with a food truck. They released a new beer, Gemini Dragon, which is their double IPA series. That came out earlier this week. And they also released Backtrack, which is a tropical gose. Plus, they got their Music of Mario Kart event this Saturday, the 20th, in the evening. You got to get a ticket for that. It starts at 7. But you can play Mario Kart with a live band playing the soundtrack to Mario Kart. So that's kind of neat. Lots going on for AK. Congrats on making it 29 years. That is stellar. Absolutely stellar. What else we got? Analog has a new beer called PokeHop, which is a red rye IPA. They use English hops, so it'll be subtly sweet with a spicy touch of rye. This kind of IPA is pumped up with some new and old English hops, including EKG and Jester. That sounds great. I want that a lot. It's my first time playing actual music. I usually just play instrumentals in the background because copyright infringements, but we'll see what happens. Living dangerously today. Analog. Oh, I guess there's another thing. They're doing an event on Friday, April 19th from 3 to 6 p.m. at the military base north of Edmonton. So if you're part of the service, you are invited. Arcadia brought back Love, Ire, and Sour, plus their good bit, Blueberry Berliner Weisse. Man, it's just goses, tarts, sours, Berliner Weisse, everything. Ben Stick has a new beer called Shoulder Saison. Shoulder Season. I'm cold. It's an amber Saison. It's got darker malt, so it stands up to a chilly evening, while the fruit and spice notes contribute by... this is different when you go live. The fruit and spice notes contributed by the yeast blend during that fermentation process adds complexity. So it's the shoulder season because, depending on the day, today's felt like winter. Yesterday too. Day before that, summertime. It's just shoulder season. So they also have zippy hoodies in stock. They've never had a Ben Stick zip up hoodie before. So go get one. And of course, it's the perfect attire for your shoulders in this shoulder season while drinking a shoulder Saison. You make one mistake, you come back with another tongue twister. Irrational has a new beer called Transient, which is a West Coast pseudo pilsner, 5%. You get notes of dried apricot, grapefruit, pith. They haven't posted about it yet, but it is on tap. Go check it out. Long Roof has a new beer called Simcoe 1974 IPA, 6.9%. Nice. 25 years in the making. So I'm guessing this is the one of the owners and the brewer, Troy, talking here. He says the goal was to make a strong malt backbone, reminding you of the great IPAs of the past. Then they use Simcoe hops at every single stage to highlight the amazing flavors Simcoe has to offer. Simcoe does it all. Simcoe's a great hop. Slight earthiness, field berries, stone fruits, pine resin, all balanced with a touch of bitterness. That sounds delicious. Troy excels, Long Roof excels at hop forward beers, especially West Coast styles. So that should be lovely. Omen Brewing, they're doing Super Amigos tacos on site on Saturdays. I imagine they'll be there this Saturday too. I had a taste of a secret taco last week, and it was like pork belly. It was amazing. So I hope they have that out soon or this week. Polyrhythm has a new beer called Grunge, which is a West Coast IPA. They used a brand new malt from Gambrinus Malting. Having a new malt is a big deal in the brewing world. This is called IPA malt. So IPA malt is like a Pilsner malt, but it has more color and more flavor. It finishes dry as a West Coast should be. And then Polyrhythm also uses honey malted oats to add a touch of sweetness and body to balance out the bitterness. So, yum, West Coast. West Coast. What up, Sandy Lane? Keep doing your thing. And the hops use Simcoe, Eldorado, Centennial, Citron. That sounds West Coast fuck. That's what you say, right? Fuck. Sea Change brought back their Vipera, which is an Italian Pilsner that came back last week. Also in a bold move. I like seeing this stuff because there's a few new sponsorships and continued sponsorships in Calgary news, but Sea Change just announced today that they sponsored a disc golf course. So it is the Sea Change Brewing Disc Golf Park at Bailey's Crossing. So it's an 18-hole disc golf course just outside of Edmonton. And it's a private course, so I believe you have to get a membership to it. But I think in doing so, that allows you to probably do whatever you want, like drink beers, if they didn't have their liquor license. I don't know, but it looks cool. They just announced that, and they have their own account for it. It's a Sea Change Disc Park account, which is really interesting. So good for them. It's cool. And then Bailey's beer is mentioned. Complex yet forgiving IPA. Citra, Eldorado, Amarillo, with a mash bill of Turo and Maris Otter. Yum. So, what up? George Griffiths, what's up? Haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're still drawing and creating. What else do we got? Slow Pour is doing 3F Friday. So Friday, April 19th. They're Drink Spontaneous. Drink 3F. Go drink some lambic there. It should be great. And then their Kolsch night is on a Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, April 24th. There haven't been a Kolsch night yet. Go. It's wonderful. I was running tight on time today, so I did not check one brewery in the Edmonton region, and that was my last one, and no, we're good. Good. All right, let's move on to Calgary news. Calgary. 11 minutes after the hour. Annex has a beer coming back. Actually, let's take a beer break. The corp. Ooh, it's tart. Lime gose. Total lime. I'm just not used to drinking these. God damn. Fine, it's delicious. I do enjoy it. It's just like, I really haven't had anything really tart. I think I had a splash of Yum Yum juice last weekend at Ale Arctic. That was it. Lime gose is, whew, eyes are watering. All right, Annex brought back Polar Beer Kolsch, like a polar bear, but polar beer. So, as you know, a Kolsch fermented at cold temperatures. It's crisp. It's brilliantly clear. They use Pilsner malt from Origin, so you get a nice malty sweetness. German noble hops Tettnang give you bitterness with notes of pear, white wine, and a subtle spice. It'll be a great beer. Pilsners Kolsch is a great beer. This beer celebrates some new polar bears in the Wild Canada exhibit at the Calgary Zoo. And then a portion of proceeds go towards conservation of such programs. Big Rock. There's a name you don't hear in our newscast very often. I guess we mentioned the barbecue partnership with them starting in May 1st, coming up quick. But they've got a new beer. And I think it's tough. The bigger your brewery gets, the harder it is to just put up new beers all the time. There's so many more moving pieces and scales and volumes of things you need to execute a new beer. Anywho, what is that? Father Oates joined. Welcome to Beer News. Big Rock has a new beer called Bright Side, which they're branding a crisp premium lager. Highly crushable. The longer you sit with it, the more craft character comes through. Driven by Alberta Tulo pale and Munich malt, along with flaked corn and rice. That'll make it light and crispy. Bitter Sisters has a new beer called Lady Guava. 6.5% is their classic Berliner Weiss, where they added juicy mangoes and pink guava for a tropical punch. Born Brewing is turning 6 the following weekend on the 27th. They're doing a big patio party, a bunch of new beers, barbecue, merch, DJs, all kinds of stuff. Block off your calendar. Get your ass to Born on the 27th. Also on the 28th, they're doing all-day happy hour. High carb on this thing, too. I feel like I'm a rookie little baby drinking a gose all over again. Especially we're like 30 degrees out right now. Lime gose from Evil Corp. Look at that label. It's very, very simple. Very clean. Stands out, though. That's for true. Bottle Screw Bills has a new beer called Palm Trees 25 Degrees New England IPA. That's where I'd like to be. It is a collaboration with Hard Knocks Brewery. They're launching it at Bottle Screw Bills this Friday, April 19th from 3 to 6 p.m. for their happy hour. Apparently, if you mention, not this post, but like their post, their Instagram post, you get to enjoy a complimentary glass of beer, of that beer. So try that one out. Evil Core has great names for the beers. I agree. Also, what's up, Polyrhythm? I got to come try some grunge. What else we got? Burn Block Social brought back their Lavender Haze, Lavender Guava Sour. That was popular. It disappeared for a bit. Now it's back. Cabin also restocked on their Giga Saturation Imperial IPA. What a beast of a beer. Citizen, this is cool. East Coast Party is happening this Saturday, April 20th, all day. They'll have a band at 6. They'll have East Coast inspired cask ale. They'll have lobster rolls, a fresh oyster station, fish and chips, fish sandwiches, and a New England clam chowder. Is that the red or the white? Anyway, that sounds great. I haven't been to an East Coast Party forever. There was a guy that used to live in Edmonton, Adam Campbell. He was a brewer with Grizzly Paw, and then he was with Alley Cat for a while. He was the head brewer and first brewer at Blind Man. He did some contract and, off the record, private deals, whatever, for a number of other very prominent breweries in the province that made great beers. And he's from the East Coast. While he lived here, he did an East Coast party every year, and it was a vibe. There was music and food and people and costumes, and it was so great. And now I realize I haven't had that since he moved back to the East Coast. So maybe I won't be in Calgary this weekend to do an East Coast party. But I don't know. Maybe we should just throw an East Coast party. I want to eat lobster rolls and oysters and New England clam chowder. That sounds great. Good job, Citizen. Cold Garden has a new beer called Bloom Culture. It's actually 3 new beers. They brewed this in early 2020, pre-pandemic liquid. They celebrated their 500th batch of beer, so they brewed something special. They split it into 4 parts, and they transferred that into different oak barrels that were previously used to age red wine. And then each barrel was inoculated with different strains of Lactobacillus or Brettanomyces, which is different yeast strains. which give different flavors. Some were blended with fresh blonde or sour beer, and then some were blended with fruit. These are effervescent, tart, funky. They're yeast forward. They're interesting. So 3 releases, different levels of funk, dank, sour, fruit, and oak. Go in and try it. You can get it by the glass. You don't have to commit to a whole bottle in the tap room. You can get it by the glass. Do a little zoop zoop. Interesting. That is their first foray into the spontaneous or the wild yeast zone. So good for you, Cold Garden. What else? Oh yeah, they got their Crafty Mondays this April 22nd. Plant pot painting party. So you consume the pot on the 20th, and on the 22nd, you paint the pot, plant some plants, grow the pot, smoke it the next year. I don't know how long those plants take. It must be quicker than that. I don't know. You tell me. Total lime. I'm liking it. The more I'm liking it, the more my face is getting used to. It's just like drinking something tart. All right, Dandy Ales, casually 2 new beer. It's just on their stories. They haven't made proper posts yet. It looks like Flying Duck Pub Ale, but it's censored, so it looks like Flying Fuck Pub Ale. I don't know. Could be both. That looks great. I love pub ales. And then New Policy, didn't really get too many details on that, but 2 new beers, so go check them out. They're in cans. 88 is another year of being a sponsor of the Calgary Underground Film Festival that starts today and runs until April 28th. Establishment is doing their Spring Fling tomorrow. That is a wild beer and cheese pairing. Go get a ticket online before they sell out. Evil Corp, drinking you right now. I like it. Lime gose. I want like hot, fresh tortilla chips salsa. That's what I want with this. Ooh. Or guac. Tableside guac. Yes, please. Beer News side guac. Highline has a new beer called Heartless Romantic, which is a cherry sour. Last Best is doing, this is on May 1st, a gin versus tequila showdown. So they're doing a dinner. It's 3 courses plus a amuse-bouche, which is like a little, how you doing, tickle at the beginning, and then a final cocktail on top of that. I can get a ticket for that. Each course is like you have a gin and a tequila paired with the food. It looks amazing. More predictions. All right. We talking the last couple of weeks, more lagers from local breweries, not only lagers, but bigger formats, value kind of lagers. We're seeing a number of breweries putting out 12 packs and 15 packs. Brewster's, Sea Change, 88, Meta. But bringing up Meta, they now have a new beverage called Flux, which is a lemon-flavored hard iced tea. 12 packs coming soon. I think this is also going to be the summer of hard tea. We've seen Trouble Tea, which is delicious. We've seen Nice Tea from Dog Island, which is also great. But I think we'll see more and more breweries. There was another one that came out. 88 had one, a tea. So now Meta has a tea. It just seems to be, I don't know, another segment that I'm paying attention to. Pardon me. It's like carbonated beverage. Excuse me. I'm excused. OT Brewing. Their tap room is closed. We know that. However, they're still brewing in a space, it appears. And they have 2 new beers that came out. They've got a new pastry sour mix pack. So you get 2 and 2. Strawberry rhubarb cheesecake pastry sour and peach cobbler pastry sour. I don't know, if you kind of want a beer and you kind of want dessert and you don't want to make anything, you just open a can of that, I guess. Prairie Dog, April 23rd, paint a gnome night. Come on, why wouldn't you want to do that? Rail Yard Brewing. I don't have any news from them. They haven't posted for a while. We're watching this, Rail Yard. What's up? What's happening? Stony Slope Brewing, back on tap their Hefeweizen. I love Hefeweizen. I think more breweries should make it, and I think there's so much opportunity in this market for Hefeweizen. Light and bursting with banana flavor. This is the perfect beer for sipping in the sun. If you live in Bavaria, it's normal to have a breakfast and a glass of Hefeweizen. That sounds great. Tail Gunner. We talked about their brewers spending time in the Czech Republic with Pilsner Urquell. It was actually the Czechia embassy that reached out to them and said, hey, we want to fly you out here and learn the ways of Czech brewing, which is absolutely incredible. Tail Gunner already makes great beers, including their Czech style lagers, and I can only imagine them getting even better, or them coming out with even new, more, bigger beers, inspired beers as a result of their trip to Pilsner's homeland, where it was invented. Toolshed does a small batch Friday. Last week it came out. It was the Lost Lemon Hopped Wheat Ale. We'll find out. We'll see what will come out this week. And then this week's weekly feature is pulled pork tacos with pineapple salsa and lime sour cream. See, I would pair that too with this lime gose. Nice pork taco, pineapple. Two House. That's old news. Sorry. Two Pillars has a new beer called Juicy Single, which is a dry hopped single at 5%. I'm guessing a Belgian single. I'm guessing. It's dry hopped. When the buzzer goes, big, bold flavor just in time. What's your pickup line? That's their coffee. And then last but not least, two more things. Village Brewery has a new beer, part of their non-alc series called Kurft. It looks like craft, but they took out the A. I don't like the name either. Sorry, Village. I'm just saying what I say. But it is their non-alc newest version, hazy. Craft hazy. Makes sense. And last but not least, Zero Issue has a new beer called, oh my God, I knew I should have looked up how to pronounce this. Enceladus? Enceladus. Say it again, computer. Enceladus. Enceladus. Enceladus is a moon that orbits Saturn at a distance of 148,000 miles. So 230,000 kilometers between the orbits of the two other moons. Okay. All right. Anyway, new beer. It is a New England Pale Ale. It's smooth and balanced. Enceladus. Enceladus. There you go. There you have it for beer news. My name is Andy. I'm here with the Beer Guide. We do beer news every Thursday, live at 4 p.m. on Instagram and YouTube. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to catch the script and just read through the things, hop onto the YouTube video. I'll have it all posted there momentarily. And we'll catch you next week. Cheers, everybody. Ta-ta.